Bum, ba, da, bum. My friend, I don't want to put pressure on you, but you've gotten the most comments of any of these we've done so far. There are 43 suggestions, 43 comments. So you have to pick a number between 1 and 43.
Okay, 17.
Okay, and now
you have to count 17.
I mean, this is why people tune in, is to watch me count. All right, 1, 2.
I mean, I'm into it.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. René Juhl from Copenhagen gives the suggestion of hindsight.
I like it.
Hindsight.
Good. I don't know. I think we screwed up.
Yeah, man. Big time.
I didn't, in the moment I thought it was going well, but I look back now and I'm like, no, we blew it.
I mean, I want to blame it on the fact that, this was something that was new to both of us, but I mean,
that was part of it, but that's not the main reason.
I mean, even if even now looking back, I gotta be honest, I don't know if I would change anything. Like, I think I would still screw it up.
I would still screw it up.
I mean, yeah, what were you gonna say?
Well, what made us think that we could do poetry?
Well, let's be honest. I've always been, in my opinion, I've been good at words.
No, you're good. You're good at words.
I'm really good at words, and
you have a feeling for it. I think we could be good at it, but we just that was like a pretty high stakes poetry slam. We just charged in there. I
mean, I thought that the crowd, the energy coming off the crowd, I thought it would elevate my game. So I don't want to say it was their fault, but I'm really thinking what poetry really thrives in.
I was expecting more from the people listening, and the silence.
Yeah.
The silence was a surprise.
And
it felt judgy, and I know it's wrong. It's wrong to blame the audience. It's wrong, but they really gave us nothing. And hey, maybe we should have planned something or even done one of these before, and maybe we shouldn't have gone up at the same time. But I was thinking the momentum would carry us. I was thinking the energy would hold us up. I was thinking it would be bad if we figured it out before.
I mean, you know me. I don't dig spontaneity when it's controlled, right?
No,
I want to go up there and I want to just feel it and I want to let loose. And when I said, let's go, and you joined me, we charged right up there together. I was like, it's on. It's on.
This is it. Well, that's what you said. You sell fishing equipment, right? That's your day job.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty
much.
And
that's what you say when you're making a sale. That's what you say, right? Like you don't plan it. Just like talk to the person, feel it out. You can't decide how you're going to sell something to somebody until you start talking to them.
I once read a book about sales and it completely messed me up.
Yeah.
There were like 6 steps to sailing and then selling. Sailing
and then selling?
You got to sail first. It was a whole metaphor about you got to navigate the waters of the human condition. And it just threw me in my head too much. And then I went back on the floor and I froze.
People try to codify things that should not be codified.
Thank you.
I read Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, which I thought was a really inspirational book, but I started repairing motorcycles in order to understand the book better. And I'm like, this is too much work. I don't like it when books use metaphors like this. Just give me the information.
And that's what I thought going into that poetry slam. It's like, I'm just going to lay it right out. There's no metaphors here. There's nothing we need to hide around. I don't want the audience to read into anything. I don't want to have it up to them to interpret what I'm trying to say.
I got resentful of them early. I could feel them wanting us to do certain things. And I was like, no, you don't get to decide.
Right?
You're down there like sheep.
Right. That's why we are on a stage. We're above them. And we're directing it right at, and I'm telling them, this is what I want you to believe. This
Yeah.
is what I want you to believe.
Gravity is not real, I said.
Right.
And when I said it, I believed it, but it's not, it is real.
Well, I mean,
In the moment, I wasn't,
and this, you know what the thing is? Here's what the thing is, and this is what you got to believe. The thing is, when you're up there on that stage, whatever comes out of your mouth, you're not responsible for.
You're not. When you're on that stage, whatever you say, you should not have to suffer consequences.
No.
I threatened that woman's child.
Which, hey, to be honest, you don't bring a child. I mean, everybody knows this. You don't bring a child to a poetry slam.
Don't bring a child to a poetry slam. This is for adults.
This is for adults.
Heavy topics going on. That kid's not ready for Marxism.
No.
That kid's not ready for anarchy. What was he, like 7?
Not ready for truth. And that's what we're giving them. We're giving them our truth when we're up there. When we're off stage, it's us. But when we're on stage, it's delivering truth. It's much like when I'm selling, right? When I'm selling these fishing supplies, I'm going to lay the truth on them right then. But I'm not responsible for what I say. That's why I loved and gravitated towards poetry, because there's no responsibility for me. I don't have to be beholden to my words. I just get to spin the gold that is my tongue.
When I'm in my hot dog truck and I'm selling hot dogs, when I'm on the clock, I don't lie to people.
No.
I'm selling them hot dogs they want, or if I look at them and I think they don't want them, I tell them that and I refuse service in the name of being truthful with them.
That's the thing, is not enough people are truthful nowadays.
People lie all the time and everyone's just like cool with it, but I'm not.
No, because you're a man of principle.
That kid shouldn't have been there, and I threatened him physically. Mm-hmm. And now if I'm doing that on the street, that's wrong. But if I'm doing it from the stage, that's not my problem.
That's your house. He came in
my house. He came into my house.
Exactly. He came into your house, and then he expects not to be confronted with the truth.
If we were in Texas, I could have shot him. I'm not 100% sure of the legality of that, but I know they have pretty strict defend your home laws in Texas.
Yeah. It's defend your ground. It's not just home.
I don't think he should have been shot. I'm just saying I could have, and maybe he should respect that.
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you think he shouldn't have been shot? He comes into your house. He's not respecting the truth you're trying to say.
Maybe he should. He's not ready for it, but maybe he's walking into my house, rifling through my truth cabinet.
Exactly.
And he takes my truth out of the cabinet, and I'm like, you know what? I have every right to blow you away.
I don't believe this, what you're saying. I can't understand these theories. Marxism, I don't agree with that. I don't think there's any truth in that. He's saying that right to your face.
He was arguing me, and pretty articulately. He was like an 8-year-old. That kid was smart.
No, I think you had it right the first time. It was like a guy. It was a kid who was like a guy. He was very smart.
He looked like a kid. He opened his mouth. I was like, is he 40 years old? Like what?
When you were getting angrier and he was staying calmer.
He didn't. Yeah, I don't think his heart rate moved. He looked.
No. And then like at the end where he's like, what do you think about that, Steve? Like.
How did he do that?
I don't know.
Did I say my name before that?
No, we didn't talk about your name at all. You were using your stage name, Ronaldo.
Yeah. I was like, you're talking to Ronaldo? He went, yes, Steve. And I was like, you're right. I'm Steve. But God, I got rattled.
And again, not your fault.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either. God, that was so early. That was so early in our set. We had 3 minutes, and that was like by the end of 30 seconds, that kid had my number. I was sweating. Did you see me sweating?
Oh yeah, dude, you were sweating big time. It was all over your shirt. I didn't even know, like, it looked like another face on your shirt. You were sweating so much.
It happened fast. When I get nervous, my liquids flow.
Which is interesting because when I get nervous, my words start to flow, and then I just take over right there. I'm not, you know what? Yeah. I leave my body. I'm not even in my body anymore.
I could see that. I could see your eyes like glazed over. Like you were really, I love that.
And I get in the zone. I get in the zone at that point. And then it's like, you better watch out because truth maker's coming through.
Truthmaker should have been your stage name instead of what you actually said, which was Electroman.
Yeah, I know. I said that.
Truthmaker is what your stage name should be going forward. No more Electroman. And I got to find something better. Ronaldo and Electroman are not great stage names.
Well, I think the reason I was thinking about it was the combination. It's our initials, REM, and I was thinking REM sleep, which is where you get the best sleep. And so I thought this is sleep for your mind up there on stage.
I think people got that. I think people did get that, but I still feel like Truthmaker that's the name you're meant to have.
I mean, I spent the rest of our set actually explaining the name there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you went through it. That's when, yes.
I went right through it. I was like, here's what you got to know. Here's what you got to know. And then I broke it.
You were flowing so well.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of my thing, you know?
I love it. You're good with words.
Okay,
yeah.
Oh, man. That was really fun, man. It's so fun playing with you.
You too, Jay. I feel bad. I almost it's one of those meta things where we were two people improvising a set about two people who were improvising something. It's one of those very meta situations where anytime we made a comment about what we were doing in the scene, I was like, does that sound like I'm talking about us? We're like, the audience is sheep.
And like, here's the truth. Here's what you got to hear.
Yeah. I do think if you had a stage name, Electroman could be fun.
I mean, that sounds like a great one. It's such a fun one. I like doing these scenes too, because like these could easily be scripted and then shot, like somebody could film it and do it and turn them into like little shorts. I think they're like super fun, and it's fun playing different like styles as well.
Yeah, you must be, because you're doing different people all the time, right? So yeah, you must be all over the place. How dumb was this one on a scale from what you've encountered? How stupid was it? Medium stupid? It felt like just medium.
No, this was what was great to me about this is like it started right away. As soon as it's like go. Like you and I play in a similar style of like, we don't got time to waste. So let's just, whatever it is, let's just jump right into it and then go.
I enjoy starting from a place of regret. You're such a happy, positive person. I really admire that about you. I feel like when I started improv, I was, believe it or not, a much more cynical and sort of like locked down personality. And improv sort of let me cheer up, sort of. But still, my natural disposition is to be kind of like.
Yeah, but like that, I mean, yeah.
And you're more about you're a sunny energy. I dig that.
And it's also like, and thank you for that. Like it's you know, you might have that like disposition of that, but like you always support and go with what's happening on stage.
I try to do that.
You know,
I try to do that.
And I remember I tell people this story all the time. The first time you and I ever played in Copenhagen, before the show.
Yeah.
You remember what you said? You asked, you go. All right, so I think you were like, what form should we do tonight? Because it was like a teacher's jam.
That's right. Yeah.
And then I go, how about yes and? And you were just like, oh boy. You're like, okay, man.
I don't think it was that time, but another time I asked you, what do you want to do in the show? And you're like, how about saying yes? But at that point, you knew that it irritated me. So you were like doing it on purpose to like needle me.
I will stir the pot, man. I have no problem doing that. But it's only with people I know, and people I know can handle it, you know? Like, but then once you get out there, it's just kind of like so much fun because it's like anything can go. And we've done.
I had a great time in those Copenhagen shows. I really liked them a lot.
And now we talked a little bit earlier, my friend. You are releasing an album, a music.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it album? Is that what the term is?
It's going to be an album. Yeah. We released one song and we recorded the rest of it, and we're just getting it mixed. So it's going to be out. I don't know when. Let's say by the end of June, but maybe earlier. We're doing it like piece by piece as it gets ready. But yes, I'm not a musician. But I've been trying to teach myself guitar, which I'm not good at, for like the last 3 years. I started taking lessons 3 months ago finally, but for like 2.5 years, I was just trying to teach myself guitar. And I was like, I'd think of a song I liked, look up the chords, try to play it.
Yeah.
And in doing that, I was like, I want to write a song. So I started writing songs before I could even like play any. And I went to a friend of mine who is very musical. His name is Joel. And I was like, hey, I've written like these songs. You want to help me record them like for fun?
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan of music and like songwriting. And I'm the type of music nerd who will like read interviews with the people that he admires, especially if they're talking about how they do it. So this is something I've always wanted to do, like fantasy wise. So when this friend of mine, Joel, who's very musical, I played him the songs. He was like, "Well, yeah, let's do them. These are good."
Wow.
And then we started a thing where I sent him these very crude demos, and then he would like re-record all the instruments correctly, and then I would like sing over it. And now there's an album.
It's very punk, man.
There's something punk about it. There's definitely something do it yourself kind of. We're not waiting for permission.
Yeah.
And then what I really like is he like I said, he's very musical. He's played in bands. He's had songs he's written that he had not released before, and I've talked him into. It didn't take that much, but I was like, oh, if we're gonna do my songs, we should do yours also. So he's gonna have some of his songs on this album too, and I love that, and they're really good.
Oh, that's
I think
great.
sometimes this is definitely like an improv thing. Is like a lot of creative people are waiting for somebody else just to say, yeah, that's good enough. Just do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's all I did to this guy. And I guess he did it to me too. I played on these demos and he was like, this is good. Let's do it. And it's just been really fun. I mean, I love writing songs, even though I'm new at it, but it's a blast.
Well, I think you called it, which is in this town especially, so many people are waiting for permission, and they're waiting for like a callback, or they're waiting to get the series, or they're waiting, for someone, because most of our life is spent around people who are telling us it can't be done, or that's not good, or you didn't get the part, or you're too short, you're too tall. And then when you finally come across someone who's like, yeah, I believe in you, let's do it, it just lights that spark. And it's like, why not? Like, so you've never written songs before, you've listened to music, why not give it a shot and see what comes out, and not worry about where it's going to go, just like the process of creating it. Like, that's a huge thing, man.
I think so too. I mean, it's been very affirming to do it.
Yeah.
And technology is such a place where you can make these things, and if they're bad, they'll just vanish. They're not going to hurt anybody. If I release an album and it's bad, it's embarrassing for me at worst, and then who cares?
Yeah.
And I don't think they're bad. I think they're going to be pretty good.
There's always going to be an audience for it. There's always going to be somebody who's going to dig something about what you create, whatever it is. Like, it might not be as many people as you hope, but for sure there are going to be some people that when they say, hey, it's pretty good, you actually will believe them. You're like, oh, that person wouldn't pull my chain. Like, they mean it. And I listened to it. And you shot a video for it as well, the first single.
Yes. Last Thursday night during quarantine, I went over to my friend's house and we just filmed each other. I mean, the whole shoot took 20 minutes.
Perfect.
Just like filming each other, performing the song. And then I went home and edited it together. It's really fun. I'll tell you one funny thing, Jay, that you would love. In the middle of I've gone through this. So we've recorded maybe 15 songs or something. I don't know how many we're going to release, something like 13, 12 or 13, most of them. And so in each one, I'll bring it over to Joel. I'll be like, I don't know about this one. And then we'll record it. And I'll be like, this song's the best ever. And it's going to be a hit single and actually make money. And then I go home and sleep and wake up the next day. And I'm like, oh no, it's terrible. And a lot of this is like, I just yo-yo in terms of over faith in it and then under faith in it. But I guess that's what's good about having a partner, is somebody can like straighten you out. Yeah. Because the truth's in the middle, right? Obviously it's not going to be a hit single, but it's not bad. Like it's good. We can do it.
It's very catchy, man. I'll be honest. It's very catchy. And like,
thanks.
It's a very stripped down, like there isn't a lot of
now, one of the advantages of being not good at something is it's going to be simple.
But it's fun. The video's super fun to watch. I'm watching it and I'm like, he fucking did it.
Yeah.
Will fucking did it, man. You
Yeah.
wrote, and even if nothing ever happens outside of that, the
Yeah.
fact you did that and you put a video out there, man, that is huge.
I love it. I'm super happy with it. And
Um,
yeah. Yeah.
where you're doing also a lot of improv teaching and coaching, like where
Yeah.
can people get a hold of you? Because I know you have a newsletter, because I get your newsletter and
You
it's
trying to,
amazing.
have you unsubscribed yet? Are you still subscribed?
Dude, I'm still subscribed for sure. I look at some of those and I'm like, the one where you're like, let's argue. I'm like, oh, I should take that class.
Let's Fight is really fun.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of fun teaching that. It's just point of view and saying yes to accusations, but
Yeah.
it's fun to call it Let's Fight.
God,
It's not untrue. That is what it is. But my classes are at willhinesimprov.com, and my band is called Wayne and Rodney, and we're on Instagram, Facebook, and Bandcamp. I guess Facebook would be the easiest way for people to find it.
I mean, I remember you posted it and you posted something like, it's going to confuse a lot of people, that name.
I live on Wayne and my friend lives on Rodney. That's why we named it that, because we would record it at my place and his place. So those are the two locations where it was recorded.
You're going to be like Pink Floyd, where people are going to go, hey, where's Pink?
Yeah.
Which one of you is Rodney?
The name is Wayne ampersand Rodney. And just today I went live on like Apple Music and they took out the ampersand. So just on Apple Music, our band name is Wayne Rodney, which is like,
that's even
better. More
better.
Confusing. It looks like a name, and it's just like it's
Which
gonna
one's
be
Hootie? Which one of you is Hootie?
Yeah. I would love to have a problem where people I don't know are thinking I'm Wayne or Rodney. I think that would be fun. All right, tell you right now, I got hot buzz among my friend group. Hot buzz in the first tier friend group. So we'll see where it goes from there.
I'm giving you one of these, and I'm giving you one of the new care emojis.
Thank you.
My friend.
Give me another hug. Give me another hug.
Will, you're the best. You're such a fun guy to play with and such a good dude. And we've had so many great conversations. I can't wait. We'll do another one of these just Zoom coffees offline and just
yeah. I love it. Good to see you, Jay.
You too, brother. Love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye. See you.
All right. Bye.